Hi everyone and welcome back. If it's your first time here, my name is Kostis and today in this video I have not just any Chris, I have Eurovision Chris. Hi Chris.
Hi, Kostis. So nice to
Well,
chat with you. I've been looking forward to this for so long.
yes, me too. Thank you for being here. I have to say to people that you were one of the people that gave me support when I first started this channel last year, like with your beautiful words in the comments and when you text me on Instagram. And it was very nice, when you start something for the first time to have beautiful words, and support. And now you started your channel this season.
I
How
know.
is it?
It's yeah, I mean it's great. I had a lot of kind of encouragement to do it because last year I had a lot of opinions, but it was all in
Okay.
comments and I was at a number of pre-parties last year putting Instagram posts up just on my personal Instagram and people were like, you need to do something with this instead. So from I think February I started doing some reactions and then also, I kind of wanted to do more talking about, well, the pre-parties analysis, like looking at what could happen, looking at the performances, and also more, I guess, stories of the artists in the background. Because last year at the pre-parties, for example, I met, and also in Liverpool, I was in Liverpool too. I met quite a few of the artists, and it was just really nice to chat. And
Okay.
as I've said to you in messages before, but your interview style, the way you interview artists, like with Gustav last year, Musti this year, Yolanda, I just think it's the best way to interact. No
Oh, thank you.
pressure, no stress, just have a nice chat. And talking with some of the artists after Eurovision in the fall or in the autumn.
Okay.
I realized that they appreciated that so much, like not just from you, but from those of us who actually engage with them on a personal level rather than talking only about the song and the
The
potential of it.
competition. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So that kind of was the seed of the idea for me at the beginning. But yeah, I mean, I started with reactions and then I don't know, I somehow I got quite a number of views at the beginning. I don't really know how that happened. Because I know others that have started and they didn't.
Yeah.
But it's really nice. And I also had a lot of support also from you and others that we know like Sheehan and Georgie, Paco, etc. So it's been so nice.
How is it different now that you have the YouTube channel from just having the idea to make it? Like, what is there something different? What was it? What is it like?
I mean, there's a few things. One, I'm very bad with technology and editing anything.
I
That
have the
was,
same problem. I'm still learning. I understand you
yes.
completely.
I mean, still no, I'm just thinking, how do I do this? And also, I talk a lot, so I have to cut a lot.
Yeah.
And that's also, so that those are the more technical aspects. But on the other hand, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you can let a lot of those inner thoughts kind of come out and
Mhm.
you vocalize something and it's almost, I wouldn't say an affirmation, but you feel like, I guess that, okay, if I say something and it sounds right, I'm like, oh, okay, now that I've said it, yeah, that sounds right. In the sense
Okay.
of, your impression of a song or your impression of a party or how things were. I don't know. I find it quite almost cathartic in a way. It's kind of relaxing and
It
nice.
is. It is. I
Yeah,
understand what you mean. Yeah, you actually express it instead of just watching other people saying their opinions and having your own. Even writing it in a comment, it's not the same as saying it and then taking responses from the people. It's like
yeah,
starting a conversation.
exactly.
And not only you started the channel, you decided, okay, it's my first season, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna do press as well. You started like,
I didn't expect to get anything.
but you did apply. Like last year, I was so overwhelmed when I started the channel that I didn't apply to anything. You were like, you went to Madrid as press. Now you're going to Malmo. You're coming to Malmo. So
Yeah,
you're doing everything at the first
I
year.
know. I'm very lucky actually this year. These couple of months, I think like between April and now, more or less, and Eurovision, it's quite work-wise, it's quite flexible. So I can telework a little bit,
Nice.
and I can take leave. So that also helped this year. I knew I could do things. So that was really cool. But in terms of asking for press, I was like, why not? What do I have to lose? I may as well. And also, I have to thank actually a lot of Dutch people
Okay.
because it was mostly I was sending screenshots of like reach of, how many people you reached on your
Yeah.
videos. And because I think it was my reaction to the Netherlands, so
That
to
helped
Joost,
with the reach. Yeah.
that one was, I think it was 25,000 views.
Okay, that's
And
great.
so thank you to all the Dutch people.
Okay, so let's go to Eurovision.
Let's do that.
What's your impression in general as a year?
You know what? I have a couple of different impressions. First of
Hmm.
all, I think this is an extremely strong year in terms of songs,
Hmm.
especially, and I guess we come on to it at some point, but semi-final one, I think, is really competitive, like in terms of what could qualify and not. But overall, even songs that may not qualify, it's all really high quality.
I think so as well. Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. At the same time, I've heard some commentators say that they don't feel it's such a strong year. And I've kind of tried to reflect on that a little bit and think why would they think that? And I went back to last year
Because I
to
don't
kind
have a good music taste. I'm kidding.
of exactly.
No,
No, but
sorry.
I went back to last year and I was like, okay, if I'm looking at the playlists combined, how many skips might I have on the playlists? And it's true that actually I would have more skips this year than last year, but that's about,
Really?
yeah, but
Okay.
I think it's about the music taste.
Of
There's
course,
much
yeah.
more diversity this year, and I think that's a good thing. And nobody's going to like every song in
Of
each year.
course, yeah.
So I
Yeah, of
think,
course, and we'll come to that because I know you're gonna drive me mad today.
oh
I know
no,
your
I'm
face.
scared.
No, don't be scared. You can say whatever you want. It's a safe place to disagree here. Not
Yes.
everywhere in the internet, but here it's a safe place to disagree.
No, absolutely.
Oh, first of all, tell me about Madrid, that you did your first press. How
Yes.
was it there?
Yeah.
Who did you meet?
So I want to ask you the same thing about London afterwards. But so Madrid, I was lucky enough that Shane and Paco were also doing press.
Hmm.
And so they were there to help me kind of like understand how it worked.
Yeah.
So I was able to, through them, kind of know where to stand, where to go, how to do things. And the artists, so on the Friday night when you were you had the chance to actually have proper interviews, I would say,
Hmm.
longer form interviews, maybe 5 to 7 minutes, maybe.
Hmm.
Um, there were tables, kind of like what you had in London, which I guess we'll come on to, but each artist in Madrid had a table for themselves. So we came in and as the artists were coming in to, introduce themselves, or someone was introducing them, and they had to stand on a catwalk kind of thing and pose, which for some of them it looked like they really didn't want to do it.
Okay.
Can you imagine if you're not, comfortable being photographed, like with, I don't know, 100 people taking photos of you from all along a
I
line?
mean, they are artists in Eurovision. Come on. They
Yeah,
expect
but
these things.
true.
They
But Madrid
should
was the
expect.
first one for most of them.
Yeah.
And Yolanda actually was great. So at Yolanda, you could tell she was just relaxed, chilled, but making faces all the time. It was really fun.
Yeah.
But then after that, I had spotted the tables where you had the country name and the artist.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, there is Ireland, there is Czechia right behind me, there's Albania next to me, there's Poland over there. And so I thought, okay, I need to make a plan. And so Shane, Paco, and I all had our own plans, but we didn't really talk about it with each other where we were going. I went as soon as the carpet ended, I went straight for Ireland, obviously.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I was the first one to talk to Bambie, which was great.
Nice.
Also because I'd met Bambie in Dublin at the national, not at the final, but at the after party.
Yeah.
They were, fantastic there. And I said, I'll be at the pre-parties. So, and I think it was nice for a familiar face in a way, for
Yeah.
them as a first kind of interview. So that was nice. And it relaxed me as well, because as a first interview, to interview someone that you've talked to before,
True, true.
it was nice. And also Bambi, as you saw as well, is just such a sweetheart to talk to.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're such a cool person,
They are
and warm,
incredible.
warm person.
I don't know. I have another story from Amsterdam related to that, which we can get to.
Great.
So I had Bambi, I spoke to, then I went to Aiko from the Czech Republic
Mm-hmm.
because I have connections with the Czech Republic. And then I went to Musti from
Nice.
Belgium because I live in Belgium.
Yeah.
So I had a logic in my head.
Yeah, like which countries you feel connected to, and that's where you went to speak to people. Okay.
Exactly. And I had this very funny story. So the interviews all went very well, and I took a leaf out of your book in a way. I had an idea of one question that if I couldn't think of anything to say, I would go to
Yeah.
that question.
Yeah.
But otherwise, try to let the conversation flow and make it a conversation rather than an interview.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and also more not about Eurovision specifically, but more general open
Mm.
stuff, so that they could expand on, with Musti, similar questions to you had, how sorry, how he was representing Belgium in the first place, etc., etc. And then I had a funny incident. So with Bambi, it was my first interview, and I was all ready to go with the camera and the light and ready to interview. And Paco was helping me, and Paco's amazing. He sacrificed a little bit to help me at the very beginning, which I'm so grateful
That's
for.
so nice of
It was
him.
so
Very nice.
nice of him. He was helping me set up, and Nemo walked past. And I
Okay.
jumped. I kind of went phoom, to the side, and I was like, "Hi, Nemo." And they were like, "Yeah." And I said, "Hi. So I'm Chris. Lovely to meet you. And because I had talked a lot with Taya and Selena last year, but Taya in particular from Austria, and I knew that she had been at a songwriting camp in the summer, and I had been talking to her in September, when they did a concert in London." And she had told me that she was so excited, and she posted this also, that she
Yeah,
was
she
so
posted
excited about a
this. Yeah, I
song.
remember.
And I knew the camp was in Switzerland. So I said to Nemo, I was talking to Taya in September, and she was telling me how excited she was about a song. And now I know it's yours, and I'd love to talk to you about this today if we get a chance. And Nemo said, "Oh, you're Chris." And I said, "Yeah." Yeah, and I was kind of taken aback because I was like, well, why would Taya
Yeah,
have
I'm
mentioned
Chris,
me?
but what do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, because then Nemo said, yeah, Taya mentioned you and told me all about you. We have to chat. We have to chat. And I said, oh, okay, that's amazing. That's great. Let's do it. So at the very end of the night, sorry, the interview time, I was ch about to chat with Nemo, but the security were like, "Get out, get out." And
Yeah.
Nemo said, "Okay, come with me backstage. We have to get the contact details and stuff. We do an interview." So I got the contact details, etc. Then I came back after Madrid and messaged Taya and said, "Thank you so much for saying I was, telling Nemo I was starting a YouTube channel. That was so nice of you." And Taya replied saying, I think there was a misunderstanding. I don't think that you're the Chris that I
That I was
meant."
talking about.
So that was funny, but it was really nice to talk to
Well, you
people.
got the contact details of Nemo, so that's what
Exactly, it
matters.
worked.
Yeah,
But
it's
I did
got
make sure when I emailed after, I made sure to say to Nemo, I am not the Chris Teo was talking
that
about.
you think, yeah, that's funny. That's funny, but you got to go backstage with Nemo and everything.
Yes.
And what about Amsterdam?
So Amsterdam
You were
was
not pressed
actually
there. You were
no.
you went to watch. Okay.
No, I was talking to a couple of people who had press that said it was fantastic, but it was a much smaller pool of press in Amsterdam
Okay.
compared to Madrid and Barcelona, I think. But actually, what was great about Amsterdam was Madrid. I felt like I kind of had to, you know, push myself a lot, which meant that I wasn't paying so much attention to the performances. Some stood out,
Yeah.
but I wasn't paying a lot of attention sometimes because I was thinking, how do I, maybe use this for the channel or what do I
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
There was a little bit of pressure there. In Amsterdam, I didn't feel that at all. I was just enjoying the
The
weekend
show. Yeah, you were
and the
just on it.
show and the performances. And because I was there last year, we had a strategy. So there were three of us. We grouped into different groups. There were 10 in total of us.
Yeah.
Um, and we grouped into groups of more three or four, more or less. And my group, I said, okay, you go to the locker, you get a spot in the in the center on the left-hand side of the stage. I'm getting the after party tickets. And so
Okay.
we managed to get, I think, like 4 or 5 rows from the front. And it was just Amsterdam is always the most professional of the pre-parties in terms of quality
Okay.
of production. The show itself is very well presented and produced. And the sound is always really good. So I find it's the party where you can probably tell best what will
Who
come
is
in
mm,
Melbourne. Not staging necessarily,
no,
but
no, but as a performance, like a voice,
yeah.
like all of that, because the artists don't have technical problems. Don't
Yes. Well, one artist had technical problems, but
Ollie, right?
he can't catch a break this season. Every
Yeah,
pre-party,
poor Ollie.
something, some technical problem. It's just, and I think his mic was off for, I don't know, 30 to 40, even maybe up to a minute. I don't know. We were
Ah,
watching.
was it for so long? I
It
thought
was
it was
really
for less.
long. And
Okay.
so it was the part where the spoken word part.
Yeah,
Nothing. And then there was a part where it was just obviously where Ollie is supposed to just sing,
yeah,
and there's a very low backing track, and
yeah.
it was just silent. And
What did he do?
I mean, he did the stage performance. He was so professional about it. He didn't let it get him down. He was still doing the choreo and the
Yeah, yeah.
dancing. And then when his mic came back, he said, "Hey, I'm back," and then started performing the song properly, with the mic working. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was the only technical glitch that there was, but of course it had to happen to Ollie.
Yeah, yeah. Poor guy. He can't
I
catch a
know.
break. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he was great.
he's a pro. I'm
Exactly.
pretty sure he has been through shit throughout his career. He knows how to handle this thing.
No, exactly. He handled it exactly like a pro.
Yeah,
I mean,
nice.
even watching all the artists in Amsterdam, I mean, they all seemed very professional. There was not one performance that I would say was poor. It was really, really
Okay.
good, all of them.
That's what I thought for London as well, even though there were technical issues and like the videos didn't come off as good. But
Yeah.
what I saw in the arena, in the club, was not as bad as the videos, you know? Like
No,
I saw something different and I heard something different.
exactly. And the same in Madrid, because Madrid is infamous for sound problems. And
Okay,
when, hearing it in the arena, everything sounded much better this year than last year.
okay.
And but after the concert, I bumped into Musti when I was leaving, and he told me that he had really bad technical issues. He couldn't hear himself at
Yeah.
all in Madrid, and he was annoyed because it was his first performance live, and he was hoping he could deliver. And then not hearing yourself must be so
Yeah,
off-putting. But
yeah,
it happened to so many of the artists in Madrid as well, but it was much less evident this year than last year.
yeah. It was more evident in London this year, where in every performance the artists were like taking the inner out and they were singing. But you know, things can happen. Thankfully,
Exactly.
we have for professionals this year. Many professionals this year.
Yes.
They were all great. I loved every single performance in London.
Yeah,
But Chris, that's
tell
very
me.
nice, and we too both love the party aspect and the music aspect. But I've had people in the last few videos, because in the last few videos I'm not talking about the competition, and they're like, "Yes, we like that, but we want competition as well, you know." So should we talk about semifinals?
Let's do that.
So semifinal one,
Yes.
who who do you predict will qualify? Which are the 10 countries?
Ooh, okay. I think I have four or five definites.
Okay, let's go with them
So,
first.
perhaps surprisingly, my definites are Croatia,
Yes.
Ukraine,
Yeah.
Australia, Lithuania.
So wait a
Those
minute.
four definite.
You think that Australia will definitely qualify?
I
That's what
have
you're
no
saying.
doubt. I have
I
zero.
I would love that, but I don't have it in the definite.
No, I can understand why.
Yeah.
I'm putting faith in what I've seen of their live performances before, and the
Yeah.
fact that the song I think is very accessible with a very accessible message,
Yeah.
um, and very inoffensive, but also it draws you in.
I agree. I agree to everything you just said. I just don't see it, you know, in the people's preferences. That's why I'm like, will it qualify? I want it to qualify,
I
but
know. I
okay,
see
then
today it seems to be going up a little bit in the odds, but we'll see when we come to Malmo and rehearsals, I guess,
yeah,
how
after rehearsals
and
we will know
staging.
better. Yeah.
So yeah, those are my four I'm pretty sure are going to qualify.
Okay.
Then I think, the problem is the first half is so stacked with seven songs that could qualify.
That's the
It's
thing.
really hard to
That's the
know.
thing with the first semifinal. The first half is so strong, and I'm like, will the whole first half qualify? Is that possible? You know?
I can see a world where they could, but if we take the first half, I would add to Croatia, Ukraine, and Lithuania. Um, I think after Amsterdam, I have to add Cyprus, although beforehand it was a borderliner for me.
Okay.
I'm adding it to a probable.
Okay. Okay.
Serbia, I'm keeping as quite probable as well.
Yeah.
Then we get to the real borderliners. How many do I have left? Do I have four or three left?
You have four left.
Four left. Okay, good. Um, I still think Finland will qualify,
I
although
think
I'm
so
not
as
as
well.
confident as everyone else seems to be.
I agree
Um,
with you on that, but yeah, I think they will.
yeah, I feel like maybe it's a bit too out there. Um, and the pre-parties have not, but the staging will make a lot of difference, I know, but the
Yeah.
pre-parties have not been very, let's say, well received compared to the other acts in the semi-final, not
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
then I have Ireland qualifying.
I agree. I cannot see a universe where Bambi doesn't qualify.
No, I said this from the national final, and when they came to the after party and performed on the top of a bar, they so their other song Tsunami that they performed in London, they
Yeah.
performed that on the top of a bar, but at double speed. Can you
Oh,
imagine that
okay.
song at double speed?
No, I cannot imagine.
Keeping up with it and like doing it amazingly. I was like, this is a performer. And the creative aspect, the artistry. I'm just so excited about the staging as well.
Me too. I cannot wait. I cannot wait
Yeah,
to see what they will do.
that's going to be great. And then I think we have space for both Serbia and Portugal.
Serbia, I've counted it.
Oh, I already said Serbia, did I?
Yes.
Okay. So Portugal, I think we have space for Portugal.
Yes, please. Please.
Um, and then okay, so I have how many have I got left now? Two or one?
I think one or two, I don't know. So
Because I have three that are it's really hard.
which ones are these three that you're not sure?
So the three are Poland, um, Luxembourg. I think Luxembourg will qualify given its placing in the running order, and Slovenia. And it really hurts me to say it.
I know, right? Like one of them at least is probably gonna stay out of the
I
final.
know.
It's
I
this
really
year we're gonna lose a song that we like, and I
I
don't want
know.
that. I mean,
I don't
every
want
year
that.
there's a song that we like and we lose, but this year is sure. Like we know it from now that we're gonna
I know.
lose at least one song that we like. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just I kind of I wish the halves were switched round in a way because
Yeah,
I think that if the halves were switched round, I don't know, I feel like we would get maybe songs that personally I would prefer to be
yeah.
in the
Like if Finland doesn't qualify, we'll have a chance to have them all. Like like.
exactly.
But also, I am not so confident about Cyprus as you are. I know you saw her live, so maybe. But I
Yeah.
saw a video and I was like, okay, I'm expecting Celia to perform as a pro because she's a
Mhm.
pro and she's a hardworking performer. But the song itself and the fact being fair, that she's first, like, are they gonna forget it? Is it that song that they're gonna remember it until the end?
Exactly. I mean, that's my fear. If I was to choose myself, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
let's say you've got Cyprus and Luxembourg open and closing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would prefer to see Cyprus in the final than Luxembourg, just
Yeah.
based on the performance, the song, and my personal taste as well in the music.
Yeah, of course.
Um, and sorry, not last night, Saturday, I'm losing days.
Yeah.
I mean, Celia was performed incredibly well. Like,
Okay.
and I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. And that was why
Okay.
Cyprus was a borderliner for me, very much so. I thought it would be the one out of the first four, I think I thought one has to go.
Yeah.
And for me, it was Cyprus. And then I saw that and I thought, hmm. But I see what you're saying. I mean, will they remember it? Because yeah, this is why I want the half switch round. Because if it was the last song, it would qualify, no problem.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. If it was the last song. But yeah, the comparison as you did it yourself, it's gonna be between them two, like Cyprus and Luxembourg. I think Luxembourg will qualify instead if we have to choose one of them. One because the tally is last, and two, I think the song is more interesting as a song for me, for my personal
Yeah,
taste.
I see what
Like
you
it
mean.
does it does more changes. It has English, it has French, it has changes like key changes. While the liar, it's more of like it's a 2000 Eurovision 2000s, early 2000s song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we were saying on in Amsterdam, and I don't know if you saw Shane and Georgie talk about this, but the comparison between Celia and Brit, it's like a better version of Britney, a modern Britney.
She dances like Britney. She
Yeah.
does like she has the same technique in her dance. Like when I see her Celia dance, I'm like, I see Britney. Like she's a brunette Britney that sings much better than Britney because
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean,
I love me some Britney and I love some songs, but she cannot sing. At
yeah,
least,
live, Celia is
yeah,
much better.
yeah, definitely.
Also, I felt like live, Celia was much stronger than Tali. In the
Okay, okay. I haven't seen Celia live, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna be nice. Fine, very good. I saw Tali in London, and she was good. I liked
Oh,
her.
nice. No, I'm not saying she was bad. I'm just saying, like, in the
In
comparison,
a
if I'm
comparison way. Yeah, okay. Let's go to semifinal two, where we have even more pop songs with female leads.
oh, yeah.
Which
I think
are
sorry, go ahead.
no, which are the countries that you think will qualify?
Okay, so I mean, the countries that I think are qualifying are not the ones necessarily that I want to.
No, yeah, of course.
Uh, I think we might have one shock at least in semifinal two. But the definites, let's start. Switzerland, Netherlands. I think also Armenia is pretty
Mm-hmm.
definite. I think Greece is definite.
Mm-hmm.
Then probables Norway, Belgium.
Yes,
I have no personal doubts about Belgium, but people are like saying things to me, and I'm like, "What are you? No, it's definitely qualifying."
I agree. It's qualifying. No, it's qualifying.
Yeah,
There's no way.
exactly. Uh, then I think Georgia is qualifying.
Was he in Amsterdam?
Yeah, and she was
And
incredible.
I don't like the song, but after what I saw
Exactly.
in London, I was like, girl, you ate, That's a
I
eight.
know. I think so. Basically, I think she was the opener, or just after Charlotte Pirelli had performed, she was
Okay.
opening the actual show by herself on the stage. Ate, ate the entire stage.
That's what she did in London as well. This
Yeah,
girl is hungry and she's eating everywhere.
yeah. The only thing that could potentially be a negative for her is how Georgia stages it and helps her with the staging,
Exactly.
because we know last year was I was really sad to see Erin not qualify. Yes, I know people had issues with the lyrics, but personally, I don't think people were voting based on the lyrics of the song.
No,
I
no.
think it was there was more to it than that. I was at the rehearsal, something wasn't right with just the staging. So I hope this year Georgia is able to nail the staging.
I hope so
Um,
too, because Nutsa deserves it. Nutsa is a
yeah,
great performer.
absolutely.
She is what I saw. She is like an international level kind of performer, you
Yes,
know?
pro, absolute pro.
Yeah.
Then I think Israel's qualifying, and I think Estonia's qualifying, and I have one or two left. I have one left,
One.
right?
You have one.
Yeah. And this is where it gets hard because we have, I mean, I was pretty convinced Austria's qualifying until I've heard Sarah Bonici and Malta in Amsterdam.
Ooh.
She
Ooh.
was incredible. And I'm not
Okay.
necessarily saying that Malta will take the place of Austria, just that
No,
it
that's what you
could
said.
take.
And on it.
Well, I'm comparing the two because I'm thinking that like Malta could take a lot more votes from Austria than people originally thought, and it might mean that Austria loses out. Who
Of course,
comes in
because
then?
they are addressing to the same audience,
Yes,
They
exactly.
like, yeah.
And so then the question is, who comes in? And I'm thinking, I mean, we're missing out a bit of, well, we've got Norwegian folk rock and the Estonian folk rap rock
All of
thing
that.
they do. Is amazing. But we're missing a rock song. And I'm thinking you've got San Marino, you've got Czechia, which I have still concerns about vocals there.
Okay.
Um, so they're possible. But again, San Marino, does it pick up televotes? I don't know, but it's
Yeah, but we have Spain and Italy voting on this in this semifinal.
exactly. This is the other thing. And my personal, I was going to say guilty pleasure, but I don't feel guilty about this at all. I love Denmark. I would love Denmark to qualify.
How can we make this happen? Who do we have to kick out of the final
I
for this
mean,
to happen, Like I want Saba in the final. How are we gonna do that?
I know, I know. I mean, it's so hard. The semi is such high quality. I think it's, yeah, I mean, bookies will tell you that it's Georgia, Austria, Greece, Armenia, Netherlands, Norway, Belgium, etc., etc., and that Latvia, Malta, Albania, and Denmark and San Marino are losing out. And I'm like, I like a lot of those songs. I want them in the final.
Yeah, I know. It's hard.
Yeah,
And it's sad for Sarah Bonizzi because she has tried a lot. Like you can tell that she wants it. Like she's working hard for her craft, but also for how she presents everything, like in the social media. Like I can see she tries, she wants it.
she she is so lovely. In Amsterdam, she came to the after party. We were chatting, like the group of us that were at the after party were chatting to Sarah Bonici. And maybe a minute later, her song came on the, on the, it was the club. So it was her song
Yeah.
that was coming on the Eurovision club. We turned around, she wasn't there anymore. She was on the stage lip syncing and doing her
Ah,
choreo.
that's so
She's great.
nice.
She's great. And she was doing it so well. And she even got flipped in Amsterdam as well with
Yeah, yeah, she does it at every party in London as well. She did the
yeah.
flip. Like she just wants it, and she tries her best. And I
She
mean, everyone is
deserves.
trying her best. That's the thing. Like I feel so bad this year. We
No,
have,
no, it's so hard. I mean, there's so many. Can they not just make it like 30 countries get to the final this year instead?
yeah, let's put it. There are not so many countries competing anymore anyway, so put them all in the
Exactly.
final, right?
Yes.
Okay, saying that we have so many songs that we like and we're gonna lose some. There are also so many songs that are competing to win this year.
Hmm.
We don't have a clear winner. You
Yeah.
think we do?
No, I just have a very, very strong gut instinct.
Okay, okay. So I want you to tell me five countries that you think that they are the most probable to win, and
Mhm.
five countries that you really want to see win. And then tell me about your gut instinct.
Okay, so five countries that I think have a really strong chance.
Hmm.
Italy, France, Switzerland, wait, Croatia,
Hmm.
Netherlands.
Okay, fair.
I'm not sure about the Netherlands, but it's
Well,
the
it's a front runner at the moment,
yes.
like in the odds and everything, and people love this song. I love the song personally.
I mean, yes, it really touches me a lot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I was watching it and I was thinking about it after in Amsterdam, I was thinking, I wonder if I felt like a bit of a disconnect watching this compared to some of the other songs that I was watching. But then again,
Okay.
I'm in the audience. I'm not behind a TV watching it. And that
Yeah,
makes such
that's
a
also
huge
different.
difference.
For example, me, when I was watching the performances from Eurovision in concert in Amsterdam, I got winner vibes from yours claim. Like when I was watching the performances, I got winner vibes from two people,
Mhm.
Joost and Nemo.
Okay.
And then, so tell me the five countries that you will be very happy to see winning.
I mean, if I let's start with the most unrealistic first,
Okay,
Ireland. Because
I would
then,
be so happy.
do you know what would happen? It would be Ireland and Sweden would have had 7.5 wins each.
Where's the half?
Bambi's half
Ah,
Swedish.
Bambie is half. Yeah.
And they're going to be the only Swedish artist in Malmo as well.
I love that they said that in a video. Yeah, they were like, I'm half Swedish. I'm actually the only Swedish artist this year.
They
Like,
posted
oh,
a picture as well with Marcus and Martinez saying, "Spot the Swede."
yeah.
So four more that I would love personally to see winning.
Hmm.
Norway,
Hmm.
live, incredible. Um, Croatia.
Yes.
I mean, baby lasagna, love. Switzerland. I
Hmm.
just, I, the message with that song is just so strong. I really, really appreciate it. I think it's fantastic. and also the genre changes. I find it really interesting that the non-binary artists this year from Ireland and Switzerland both have genre changes in their songs,
True, that's true.
in very different ways, but still. And finally, I'm kind of like, between two countries, but I'll go with Belgium because I live here, and then if it's here next year, it's easy.
Exactly, right? You don't have to pay for plane tickets, you don't have to pay accommodation.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
unless not in Brussels, but it
That
will.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I thought when it happened in UK, but it happened in Liverpool, not in London where I live. So I ended up not going because it was so expensive.
True.
Uh,
Well, that's true. Even if it's in Antwerp here, it's very cheap to get there and back in a day. It's fine.
yeah.
So those
Oh,
are my five that I
okay. So what does your gut instinct? You said you have a gut instinct
yes.
about one country. That's
Yes.
which
And
one
it
is
it
it?
was the first time I heard it live, and it has not changed. It's Switzerland.
Okay, fair.
And
It's
you said
it's
you
the
had two? You had
what?
Switzerland, Netherlands, two gut instincts?
No, I got these two feelings for these two. I got the feeling, when you watch a performance, and I watched but specifically in the Eurovision concert in Amsterdam. Like I
Hmm.
was watching the performance. I watched first Joost Klein, and I'm like, oh, it's the first time this season I'm getting winner vibes. And then I watched Nemo's, and I was like, oh, I'm getting winner vibes here as well.
Yeah.
But I also have another gut instinct, but maybe there's also some bias there. I know
Okay.
you don't like it, but I'm expecting to see what Chris is gonna do on stage because I think the song is interesting enough. So if
Yes.
if the staging is good, maybe they'll do good.
Absolutely. I mean, I think with Greece, and I mean, it's similar to with Greece and Australia for in a way for me. I don't know what to expect live on
Yeah,
the staging, and I mean, with Greece at least there's some more hints. With
yeah,
Australia, there's nothing. But I mean, this is a good thing. Like to have a song, a divisive song, is better than
yeah.
having a
I agree with you. I agree with you because now. If we think about last year, now we think everyone was loving Karia, for example. That's not
exactly.
true. Karia was
No,
divisive. People were like, oh, what is this? Blah, blah, blah. I think that it's good to have a divisive song, but you have to have a good performance as well to back it up. So
absolutely.
everything will be on the staging for that. But
Yeah.
yeah, in general, okay, Chris, I was expecting to disagree with you on more, but no.
I mean, I think a big dark horse is actually Armenia.
I would love to see that. I would love
Not
Armenia to do as well as possible. I love the
exactly.
song.
I don't necessarily see them winning, but the performance, the energy, the charisma of Jacqueline, especially in the
Oh,
live
did
and
you watch them live?
yeah, Madrid pre-party, they were there. I swear the charisma of Jacqueline in particular is incredible. It's infectious.
Yeah.
And if that can come across, I mean, I think Armenia will do very well.
I hope they can use because the Eurovision stage is very big and they will focus on the television part of it. I hope they can still use the audience, at these parts where she's singing sorry, I
Exactly.
just murdered it, but you know what I mean.
Don't worry,
This
I
part.
also murder songs.
Yeah. So this part's like if she does this game with the audience, it can be very good.
Absolutely.
And what about the Big Five and Sweden? What do you
Ooh,
think about
ooh.
this?
Um, I have to admit, okay, so Italy, I love. I love Italy. It is not my top of my big five of the big five, but I love the song. And
Yeah,
Angelina is incredible
she
every
is
time she performs.
incredible.
Absolutely. It's awesome. Um, I so if we go then, let's just go from south to north.
Yes,
So Italy, let's move across to Spain. That is my number one of the big five.
I love
Personally,
it so
I just
much.
love it. And also, like, I'm a Spanish speaker, so I get the message. I can kind of understand, relate to it.
Oh, you
And
speak Spanish?
yeah, I lived there for a while. So
Okay,
I just love it. I really, really love it.
me too.
Um, and I just feel that it's it's so authentic to them. It's also nostalgic. I mean, they did a cover on the Eurovision channel of Human League in Spanish. Was it Human League?
Yeah, I saw it. No, the
Human.
I was watching it yesterday.
Don't you love me, baby?
Don't you love me, baby? Don't
That one.
you want me, baby?
Yeah. And I mean, it's just their style. It's very authentic to them. I really love it. I just have a very soft spot for that. Then moving up France, Slimane I saw for the first time live in Amsterdam. Before that, I'd been trying to avoid watching the lives because I wanted to experience it in person. Live was fantastic, but personally, it's not my taste of song.
Okay.
It's not my thing. I live in a French.
Would you prefer it if it's like the dance version that they released in the Eurovision channel?
I didn't even enjoy that one that much. It might be because I'm living in a French-speaking part of Belgium and
You've had
I used
enough of
to live in
French?
France. Maybe I had enough of the old kind of like French chanson style, and
Okay.
I don't know. I just think that the Belgian music scene is so good.
Yeah.
In general, not the French music scene necessarily, or not comparing, but the Belgian music suits me and my style of what I
Okay,
like.
that's what you vibe with more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like the dark pop of Musti is more my thing,
Yeah.
Gustave last year, than the French song of last year and this year.
Okay.
Um, but live, incredible. Also, he came to the after party and joined us dancing, which was,
Really?
yeah, it was really fun. He was
Oh
just
my
having
God.
a good time. And like,
Nice.
it was so unexpected. It's like Ollie Alexander suddenly deciding to come out and dance with you. You're like, why? You're going to get mobbed.
You went to the best pre-party.
If you only have one pre-party to go to, or you want to choose one pre-party and you can choose any to go to Amsterdam. The only
Okay.
bad thing is accommodation prices.
That's
I
like
had to finish with finally the two final big five
that's
countries.
what I want to ask. Yeah, that's what the conversation that we left.
So UK, I'm just so excited about the staging.
Me
Um,
too.
I like the song. I think it's really nice. I think the wow moment has to come from the staging. Um,
Hmm.
but I think there's a lot of potential there.
Agreed.
Very good piece. Then Germany. I love the song and I love
Oh,
the vocals. I really like Germany this year.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy because, many of us are not as excited, but Isaac is such a great singer, and I'm happy that there are people that there are more, YouTubers that are saying, yeah, I love this song, I like it. I like that.
I do. I mean, I talked to Isaac in Madrid, and then I happened to be staying in the same hotel as all of the artists in Amsterdam.
Okay.
Um, which I have another story about that, which I'll get to in a second. But Isaac, so me and my friend had just got our finished a drink in the bar. We were going to the queue, and Isaac came into the bar with his wife. And I went up because we'd met in Madrid, and I said, "Hi, Isaac, nice to see you again. How are you doing?" And he said, "Oh yeah, good, thanks. Good to see you again." And his wife said, "He's sick." And I was like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. Like, rest, rest." And you're like, "No, it's fine, it's fine." Downplaying it.
Yeah.
But he didn't have the energy that he had in Madrid there in that moment. Whereas in the press in Madrid, he was a bundle of energy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was expecting in Amsterdam him to come out and give a good performance, but not really,
The
be
best because
stunning.
you knew he was sick. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I was like, okay, you just need to sing. You don't even have to sing it perfectly. We know you're sick. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
So he came onto the stage. He said, I'm a bit sick, but I am not going to not perform for you guys. And he belted it out. Incredible. Like the vocals were great. And I was just like, you do not seem like a sick person up on that stage.
Yeah.
There should be so much appreciation for Isaac. He's just such a great guy.
Yes, he really is. I haven't had the chance to talk to him personally, but I saw him like when I was in the press room in London. We crossed,
Yeah.
but I by the time I finished with the artist that I was doing, he had already left the press room, so I didn't have the chance to speak to him. But I saw how he was interacting with other people, and he's such a ball of energy and positivity, you know?
Exactly. I mean, I think there's so many characters this year, obviously, with the different artists, but Isaac just is someone that whenever I was listening into him doing interviews next to me in the on the Saturday in Madrid with he had like a golden microphone was in front of him and he was like, "Can I take this home? I really love this microphone." And he's just so funny, like just belly laughing all the time. And I
Yeah,
was just someone that you laugh with all the time. He just gives such good vibes.
that's so
Um,
nice.
yeah, that's really nice. And that reminded me of what I wanted to say about what happened after the pre-party in Amsterdam and after
Yeah,
the after party. So I got back to my room. This time my friend had already come back. He had fallen asleep. I was, I was still on my phone, kind of not that sleepy yet, just come out of a party. So I was kind of chilling out. And suddenly outside my window in the hotel, I just heard singing, like a group of people singing.
okay.
Is that and why at 2:30 in the morning are they doing that? And I look out my window and I have a photo of this. And just directly below me are Nemo, Sylvester, Bambie, and their teams.
Yeah.
I mean, there's six of them, and then maybe three fans standing to the side.
Okay.
Nemo, Sylvester, and Bambi singing. And I'm like, huh, okay, I have to get changed again and go back downstairs.
That's so cute. So
I know, it was so
cute.
nice.
Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you. It's
I
so
had so
lovely
much
to chat.
fun.
I know, Sam.
Great talking Eurovision with you and getting to know you a bit more because we've talked, but it's the first time we see each other, and then we're
Exactly.
gonna meet in Malmo as well,
Yes,
like
we
in
are.
person. I'm so happy. I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you,
thank
and I look
you,
forward.
everyone. Oh, sorry.
Yes, thanks to everybody for watching as
Thank
well.
you, everyone, for watching and subscribe to both of our channels. And see you very soon at another video. Bye.